Nolvadex can counter many of these side effects, and it is especially well known for its effectiveness in blocking estrogen receptors in breast tissue. So if a steroid user starts to notice swelling or a small lump under the nipple area, Nolvadex can directly reverse that if it is caught early enough. Nolvadex, one of the oldest and most effective anti-estrogen medications that has been used by bodybuilders and athletes to control estrogen during steroid cycles. Today, it is rarely used for that purpose, as aromatase inhibitors have largely replaced it in modern bodybuilding. However, Nolvadex is still very commonly used in PCT protocols to this day. But I still see that Nolvadex can also be very helpful during a cycle in specific situations, which we'll discuss in this video. So in this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about Nolvadex, its history and medical use, how it actually works in the body, why athletes and bodybuilders use it, when it makes sense to use it on a steroid cycle, and when it doesn't. We'll also cover its role in post-cycle therapy and the common side effects. So this video will cover everything you need to know about Nolvadex. And now, let's start with the history and medical usage of Nolvadex. Nolvadex is the brand name, while the chemical or generic name is tamoxifen citrate. Tamoxifen was first synthesized in 1962 by Imperial Chemical Industries, also known as ICI. Later on, it became directly available in the US pharmaceutical market. At first, tamoxifen was used in the medical field to treat certain forms of female infertility. However, in 1971, clinical trials began to look at the effectiveness of tamoxifen in treating breast cancer patients, and it was found to be a very effective drug for the purpose. Just 2 years later, ICI pursued marketing tamoxifen in the US for the treatment of breast cancer. Then finally, in 1977, the FDA officially approved the drug for this medical use. After that, ICI began selling the drug in many countries under the famous brand name Nolvadex. This company would later become the well-known pharmaceutical company AstraZeneca. Following its success, many other pharmaceutical companies started producing generic versions of tamoxifen citrate. In 1989, the FDA also approved the use of tamoxifen as a preventive measure for women who are at a high risk of developing breast cancer. But later, even with the high clinical success of this drug, in 2006, AstraZeneca discontinued selling tamoxifen in the United States. However, the generic versions of this drug remain widely available, and its use among athletes and bodybuilders continues to be very common to this day. And now, let's move to the next point, which is the structure and characteristics of Nolvadex. Nolvadex is a non-steroidal anti-estrogenic drug. It belongs to a group of medications called selective estrogen receptor modulators, also known as SERMs with an E, not SARMs with an A, which is a completely different class of drugs. Nolvadex has both estrogen agonist and antagonist properties. That means it can act like estrogen in some tissues in the body while blocking estrogen in other tissues. Nolvadex is especially well known for being a very effective anti-estrogen in breast tissue. That is exactly why it has been commonly used to breast cancer treatment and breast cancer prevention. But here is a very important point. Nolvadex does not reduce the production of estrogen in the body like aromatase inhibitors do, for example, aromatase. Estrogen levels can actually increase while using Nolvadex because Nolvadex does not stop estrogen from being produced. What Nolvadex does instead, it blocks estrogen receptors in many tissues in the body, so estrogen cannot bind to its receptors and therefore becomes inactive in those tissues. However, aromatase inhibitors work very differently. They reduce estrogen production by decreasing the activity of the aromatase enzyme, the same enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen. So the key difference is simple. Nolvadex blocks the actions of estrogen, but aromatase inhibitors reduce estrogen production from the start. Two different tools for two different situations. And now, let's move to the next point, which is why do athletes and bodybuilders use Nolvadex? Enhanced bodybuilders and athletes can experience high estrogen levels, as some anabolic androgenic steroids can raise estrogen. High estrogen levels can cause several side effects, such as water retention, high blood pressure, fat accumulation, and a soft puffy look. And the main concern among athletes is, of course, gynecomastia. Nolvadex can counter many of these side effects, and it is especially well known for its effectiveness in blocking estrogen receptors in breast tissue. So if a steroid user starts to notice swelling or a small lump under the nipple area, Nolvadex can directly reverse that if it is caught early enough. However, if gynecomastia progresses into a large, hard, fibrotic tissue, it becomes irreversible, and surgery would be required to be removed. Before I cover the other benefits of Nolvadex in restoring the natural testosterone production through PCT, I want to mention that I have a separate in-depth video covering the HPTA axis and post-cycle therapy in full detail. In that video, I cover the dosing, timing, duration, and other medications that should be used during that period. I will leave the link of this video in the description below and also on the screen on the end of this video. Now we will focus only on the role of Nolvadex plays in PCT. Nolvadex stimulates the production of LH and FSH. LH stands for luteinizing hormone and FSH stands for follicle stimulating hormone. These hormones are responsible for sending a signal to the testicles to produce testosterone and sperms. Nolvadex accomplishes this by blocking the estrogen receptors at the hypothalamus, so it prevents the estrogen negative feedback of estrogen there. This allows the hypothalamus to sense the low production levels of sex hormones, which in turn trigger the release of GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone, to the pituitary gland. And that is how the signal cascade begins to restart the natural testosterone production. Before we discuss the side effects of Nolvadex, if you have found any value in this video so far, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Let's now cover the side effects of Nolvadex. So what are the most common side effects of Nolvadex? First thing to understand, most people tolerate Nolvadex very well. But like any other drug, it can come with side effects, and those depend mostly on the dose and duration of its usage. The most commonly reported ones include hot flashes, night sweats, mood changes, fatigue or low energy, headaches, visual disturbances such as blurred vision or light sensitivity can also occur, but this is very rare. In general, these side effects are temporary and they go away once the drug is discontinued. So Nolvadex in general, a well-tolerated drug. I also need to mention something important. Nolvadex does not negatively impact cholesterol levels the way aromatase inhibitors do. In fact, Nolvadex acts like estrogen in the liver. This helps regulate serum cholesterol. It can increase HDL, the good cholesterol, and decrease LDL, the bad cholesterol, which is another reason why Nolvadex is often considered a cardio-friendly option when used correctly. Let's now look at when and how to use Nolvadex in bodybuilding. When Nolvadex was used for medical conditions such as breast cancer, it was typically prescribed at 20 to 20 milligrams twice per day. In the past, athletes and bodybuilders also used Nolvadex to control estrogen during a cycle. This was before aromatase inhibitors existed. The common dose in bodybuilding is usually between 10 to 30 milligrams per day. Today, aromatase inhibitors have largely replaced Nolvadex for controlling estrogen on a cycle, and it is now very rare to see someone using Nolvadex for that purpose. One of the main reasons is that some studies have shown that Nolvadex can suppress GH and IGF-1 levels, which can negatively affect the overall results of the cycle. For people who don't follow a blast and cruise approach and instead they run PCT after a cycle, I highly recommend using Nolvadex as a part of the post-cycle therapy to accelerate the recovery of natural testosterone production. The typical dosage during PCT ranges from 20 to 40 milligrams per day for about 6 weeks. Of course, this depends on the cycle design, duration, and the compounds that have been used. As I mentioned previously, I go in depth on the PCT topic in a separate video. You will find the link in the description below. Now, there is one scenario where I still find Nolvadex to be a very useful tool during a cycle. If someone starts developing gynecomastia, Nolvadex should be taken immediately to block the estrogen receptors in the breast tissue. This can help reverse gyno in the early stages. At the same time, blood work should be done to identify the root cause, and then the issue should be addressed at the same time properly by adjusting the cycle design and determining whether the problem is estrogen related or prolactin related. After making the right adjustments and the gyno is successfully reversed, Nolvadex can be removed. And now, let's move to the next point, which is Nolvadex availability and supply. Tamoxifen citrate is widely available worldwide, and it remains in active production by pharmaceutical companies, and it is also very affordable. It is also produced by underground labs and can be found on the black market. You may see this drug sold under many different generic names, with Nolvadex being the most well-known brand name. But regardless of the brand, the medication itself remains the same, tamoxifen citrate. Now, if you want to know exactly how to use Nolvadex in terms of dosing, timing, and duration during PCT, you have to watch this video.